Welcome, traveler, to Class&Cool, where campfires crackle, steel sings, and legends are forged one pull at a time. Tonight, we venture into forgotten ruins, brave, dangerous dungeons, and chase rare loot across wild frontiers. Allies may rise, enemies may awaken, and the next epic story could begin with our very first step. Ready your spells, sharpen your blade. The adventure starts now.
All right, hope everybody's having a great night. Welcome back to Class&Cool, where we check out classically inspired MMORPGs and classic MMORPGs like EverQuest, some World of Warcraft, some Dark Age of Camelot. See, I'm just listing stuff I haven't played in a while, so mainly I play EQ. So for those of you that know, hello, and for those of you here for the first time, hello. Today we're going to be checking out day two, but the beta has been out for about a week, the closed beta for Monsters and Memories. Monsters and Memories is a in-development MMORPG by a group of volunteers. They are all fans of the MMORPG genre. They're completely self-funded and doing this out of their own pocket on their own dime. So if you haven't already, go to monstersandmemories.com, check them out. I'm not affiliated with them. I just think what they're doing is really darn cool. So without further ado, we're going to hop back in. Again, this is day 2, and let's get it. All right, so many of you don't know, I was actually supposedly live for 40 minutes, according to my OBS, and I wasn't. So I was hanging out all by myself. So that was great. I apologize for everyone that showed up at 11:30 and basically just sat here wasting their precious time waiting for the stream to start. I thought it was live, but apparently it was not. So, my apologies. But just to get you up to speed, we have a quest to complete. So I still need 4 sheer necklaces, so we're going to do that. What I was doing is I was actually testing out my bow, and it was really, really good. I was like one-shotting little rats, and anytime I would use my melee, It was like 6 shots or something like that. So, yeah. So I guess the bow is OP. Let's sell some of this stuff. So we're saving the rat meat because according to Skullcat, he said don't sell the rat meat. Turn it in at the North Gate farm outside with a woman. There's a woman there. It's a quest giver. So let me say hello. Vocal Cynic said, smiley face, stream hype. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hello again. Chris M said, hello again. Sorry, guys. Super Java said, what's up, all? What's up, brother? Vocal Cynic said, worth the wait. I appreciate it, man. Chris M said, absolutely worth the wait. Yeah, no. So I'm going to get you guys up to speed on what I was talking about, but there's definitely a lot of changes. I don't know if it's coming through on your end, but everything should be in 4K now, which is awesome. It was my dream to play EverQuest and stream it in 4K. So now that dream is going to be a reality. And our first 4K stream just so happens to be a Monsters and Memories stream. So let's pick up all this stuff. What is this? Slice of bread. Oof. Heck yeah. Somebody's dropping food and water. I'm just Oh man. Super Jawa said, I think I can tell, but I'm also slightly baked, so I don't trust my judgment. Looks clean. Nice. Nice. There's no better way to enjoy a stream than when you're baking cookies. I used to bake cookies all the time. I think like from the age of like 16 to like 22, I probably baked cookies every single day. I'd bake cookies in the car. I'd bake cookies at, you know, at home. I was a baker. My first easy bake oven when I was a kid. Started baking in my parents' house, and then graduated to baking in my own place when I turned 18. So you gotta love cookies, man. Baking cookies and muffins and croissants. I'm glad you're baking. Anyways, we just got all this free water, so let's take advantage of that. I don't need all this. Oh, I just got a lag spike. What the hay market? Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna need all this because I'm assuming some stuff disappears when you log off. So we're just gonna move this so that it takes priority. I was just talking about how I need to save my food and water. Okay. Alright, so we need to find some Ashira. Matter of fact, we're not gonna waste time. We're gonna go to the north gate. Jada Fix said real life trade skills. Yeah, exactly. Chris M said can't wait to wave to you at 4K. Hope to get access next week. Nice. They actually just sent out the second round of emails, and they also sent out the guest invites to the people that got invited, or to the people that got in. You get a friend key so you can invite a friend. So if you get into the beta, then you can invite your friend. I saw some chat happening where not here, but in other places where people were upset. They're like, I didn't get in the beta, and they're only giving streamers access to the beta. First of all, I mean, I can't speak for streamers. I can't speak for content creators. I'm neither one of those. Even though I'm live right now, the only reason I'm here is because I wanted to make, this is my hobby. Like, I like to make videos. The problem with making videos is you have to record them, then you have to edit them and do all this hoopla. So I figured out a workflow where I can have video editing quality, basically a VOD quality video, by just maxing out everything, right? And the whole goal was to make these videos for myself, and then it just so happened that people started watching. So I'm not trying to be a content creator or streamer, it's just kind of happening on its own. But with that being said, that's not why I'm in the closed beta. I'm in the closed beta because I was an alpha tester, and I was an alpha tester is because I've been stalking this team since like day one. I'm in their Discord, I join every playtest, I ask questions, I contribute. You know, and I'm sure some of the people that didn't get in, that's exactly what happened. They've been contributing and they just didn't get in. I said all that to say, to remind people that this is, after all, a beta test. If you remember from the 90s, before games launched, they would send out CDs to people, and these people would be testing the game before it launched, right? Nowadays you hear early access and it's like every game is early access, right? But this is more of a traditional testing phase. So you have closed alpha, then you have closed beta, and then yes, they're doing early access similar to how other people are doing early access. But everything before early access is they're doing it in a very traditional manner, meaning this is meant to test the game to a larger audience. They're letting in 200 people per week, which is a quite substantial amount of people. And the goal is not to sit here and like min-max to max level, but to actually make sure that this is a launchable product come June into early access, right? None of this progress is going to be saved. Nobody's going to remember your name. All your loot's going to get destroyed, right? This is just for the sake of testing, you know? And I think 99% of people understand that. There's just maybe a 0.05% of people that, you know, feel like there's some kind of entitlement going on. But this is not the case. Like, these guys don't have like a company in the traditional sense. They aren't collecting money from anyone. So there's no such, there's like no incentive, right? The only incentive is like word of mouth, right? But this whole game is nothing but word of mouth. So anyways, I said that just to say, like, you know, some people got really mad. And when I say some, I mean like one person out of like 1,000. For everyone else, don't feel bad, because every single week they're letting people in. They're also doing a playtest the end of March. So if you didn't know that, you need to be on their Discord, because that's where they send all these announcements. Like, I post these things on my YouTube, but you know, they announced this like 4 days ago, and I still haven't posted it on my YouTube just because I haven't had time. So I'll post this, obviously. Speaking of posting stuff, Adrelan Online is actually having a beta test. Or sorry, see, I got all miscombobulated. They're gonna have a play test April 1st to like April 5th. So it's gonna be like a 5-day play test. We're definitely doing that, 100%. If possible, I'm gonna try to do all 5 days. I absolutely love Adrelan Online. That's such a freaking good game. It is such a good game. Super Java said, honestly, I didn't get in yet, but I completely understand why streamers would get priority access if that is what happened. I would understand it too. And I don't really think that's what happened, but I think the people that are streamers, here's my take, right? Let me put myself in the shoes of a person developing a game. If I'm developing a game and I'm developing it with my own money, I'm telling people you cannot invest, you cannot donate. I refuse to take any of your money, because first I want a proof of concept that this is actually something viable. However, and this is like me, the game dev, however, if you're that interested in giving back, so to speak, right? Get the word out, right? Some people get the word out by physically telling their friends and family. Other people are like content creators, and they make video after video after video praising and saying this game is sick. Now, me as an indie dev team, wouldn't you think that I would watch those videos and be humbled and be like, dang, I'm so glad people are making nice videos saying nice things about me. That guy is awesome. Thank you for saying all those. I would come into the comment section of their videos for the game I'm developing, and I would say, thank you so much for all the kind words. I really appreciate it. I would remember that person. And if they ever came to me asking me for a favor, I would say, absolutely. It wouldn't be about favoritism. It's just because that person's a cool dude, you know? So I don't think they have like a secret motive. Like, if you're a streamer, sign up here. It's like, first of all, you don't want every single streamer to give their take on this game. Like, okay, well, it's not that you don't want them to, but not everyone's going to have something nice to say. You know what I mean? But again, if I'm a game dev and a streamer comes up to me and says, I really like your game, look at all my videos talking about how great your game is, can I get an invite to that closed alpha or beta so I can continue testing it? I'd be like, heck yeah, like, absolutely, dude. I mean, you're putting in work saying all these nice things about me. Obviously, I'm going to hook you up. I just don't know if that would be considered favoritism. Maybe by definition that is favoritism and I'm just an idiot. I don't know. Okay, so apparently we got to hand in one at a time. But anyways, that was a lot of yapping for no reason. I'd give them priority access to more exposure, and if they're covering your content, they clearly care. Exactly. Vocal Cynic said, very excited to the March playtest. I'm excited too. I'll probably be joining that as well. Just because, so funny thing, and Sergeant Dodger, I see you, brother. Hey, brother, good to see you. Vocal Cynic, it's funny you bring up the playtests. So I've had access to the closed alpha testing, and the only times I logged in was literally to test things. Like, let's say I had access for 2 months. In those 2 months, I probably only logged in like 8 times. Because I was specifically trying to break stuff. Like, I didn't log every day and say, let's sit down and play Monsters and Memories for fun. Like, no. Yeah, I literally was only playing it to test and give feedback. But every single time they would run a playtest, let's say the same month they ran an open playtest, then I would come in and play. And here's my reasoning behind that. When you're doing an alpha test, there's like maybe 40, 50 people in a zone. Like, I would on a normal day, there would be like 30 people, right? Right now, there's 156 people in Night Harbor. Now, what would you rather do? Would you rather play the game when there's 40 people or 156 people, right? So that's my personal reason of why, like, I didn't spend too much time in the alpha, because I want to play with the playtest. I want to play when everyone else is on. And that's exactly what I did. But that's just how I looked at the alpha. Go figure, actually testing, right? Vocal Cynic said, but more excited for early access to start so we can sub and play for real. Yeah, I'm excited for early access as well. But mainly just because I want to support them financially. I've wanted to, I'm one of those people. I've been asking, how can I donate? Since like day one. I was like, do you guys take donations? Do you take any funding? Blah, blah, blah. And so I've been waiting 2 years to even give them a single dollar. And I'm excited that in June I'll finally be able to do that. Will I play frequently? My way of viewing early access is that I'm more of a 1.0 guy. Like, I'm really waiting for 1.0. But I was having this conversation with myself earlier today, and I was thinking to myself, maybe early access is fine, and I can treat it as if the world is. You guys remember the fog of war? So the fog of war from Warcraft and Starcraft, like where you can't see parts of the area and you discover it, or like Command and Conquer. Maybe if I treat the rest of the world like fog of war, and early access is basically you slowly discovering what's behind the fog of war. Like, for example, each module, they're going to release a city. Not each module, they're going to release a city. But some of the modules, they're going to release a city. So I think the first module is the Deep Elves and the Deep Elf City. So that's like a little bit of the fog of war being released. So I'm just trying to convince myself and say, well, maybe if I play it from that perspective. But me, I'd much rather just wait for 1.0 launch before I get fully committed. One thing's for sure and for certain, as soon as 1.0 does launch, I am moving on to the 1.0 server. Like that early access character, like that's just gonna be like for memory's sake. I'm not gonna play on that server anymore. I don't want to play on a server where there's already a bunch of level 50s with people that grinded through level 1 to 50 in the early access. I want to be on a fresh start 1.0 server with all the starting races released, with basically the starting experience the way it was designed to be. That's how I plan on playing. But I'm still excited for EA. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of sharing what my game plan is. So let's see. Maybe I know this is dumb, but a lot of things I do is dumb. So Rusty Dagger. Let me switch up my weapon. Like, to be honest, I'm not doing enough damage. And I'm an archer, so I don't know if I should stick to a piercing weapon. Vocal Cynic said, yeah, I view it as there constantly being new free content, like a series of mini expansions, but respect waiting for 1.0. Yeah, actually, I like, yeah, and see, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to convince myself that, like kind of what you just said, it's a series of mini expansions, right? So I might look at it from that perspective, and I'll be fine, you know. I just like, I don't know, man. I've never been a big fan of early access, like, but then again, that's a lie, because when Valheim came out, that was technically early access, and I played that game for like 2 years, and now it launched at 1.0, and I don't even play it anymore. So an archer can use a longsword. I didn't know that. Copper axe, 740. Hold on. Copper spear, 6 damage, 32 delay. Is that single? Primary, secondary? I want to try this. Oof. We got a spear. Destroy. Yeah. Chris said, I think Deep Gnomes as well in Module 1. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Alright, so look at our new little spear. Dude, that's gonna make a world of difference. 7 damage, 32 delay. That's actually pretty nice. Alright, let's get back to it. So we still need 2 more Shira Scout. You know what? We're going to go to the shifty person. And we're going to try to just buy these things. I actually like the idea of having a spear and being an archer. Alright, let's see. So share your warrior pelt. We need a necklace. Literally everything except for a necklace. Tattered cloth shirt. Tattered rawhide. Might as well buy that. Rusty kite shield. Might as well buy that. Oh, I can't use it. Crap. I should learn to read. Tattered rawhide tunic. Steel talons. Oh, 4 AC. 3 AC. I gotta learn to pay attention. It's okay. It is retail arbitrage after all, so it's no biggie. So wait a minute. Bard, cleric, ranger. So an archer can't use the kite shield. I guess that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, Chris, you mentioned Deep Gnomes. What are you most excited for? I'm most excited for the High Elves. I just got a lag spike. Alright. I don't know why I'm so excited about this spear. As an archer, I feel like that's a cool thing to have. Like if I'm an archer and I'm like, say I'm like a tower archer at a castle or something like that. You know, I'm shooting my bow and I might have a big spear on my back so that if they climb up the tower, like when they put the ladders on, like in medieval times, I'll poke them with the spear. Let's see if this does big damage. 4 damage? That's not big damage. 3 damage, okay. Maybe I just suck at dealing damage. 8 damage, okay, not bad. I would probably roll High Elf Enchanter if I had option for EA. Nice. Chris M said, love the Wood Elves, but have to wait for High Elves. Want to play Spellblade. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Because now we're getting into like Lord of the Rings lore, right? So you have, you remember like the High Elves, or they're not High Elves, but remember the elves from Lord of the Rings? And there was this one dude, I forgot his name, and he was like from the first movies. And I don't know, he was so cool. He was the one when he looked at Gimli, and he was like looking down at him. He's like, you are something, something, just like talking mess or whatever. But I remember he like had a presence about him, and then he was in a battle, and when I think of a Spellblade, I think of that dude. So like a High Elf Spellblade, dual wield, like slash and dash, and yeah. I can't find a single shear, man. But yeah, I was actually talking about what I was gonna start off as, and I hate to say it, but I'm probably gonna start off with a Wood Elf Druid. Wood Elf Druid because of the ports. Because so here's why I don't want to be a Druid. Because if I go to the Monsters and Memories website right now and I pull up the stats, everybody and their mother are playing a Druid. Like the class is like so saturated. Who all Druid? There's 60 Druids online right now. And let's compare that to who all Cleric. There's 30. So there's double the amount of Druids as there are Clerics. Ooh, look at this guy with a shield, dude. Oh my gosh, look at that shield. Can I wear this? Darn it. Only the cool kids get it. Dang. That's messed up. But yeah. Like I was saying, there's just a lot of people playing Druids, you know. It's one of the reasons why I decided to play an Archer, because I wanted to try something I don't normally do. And I don't usually play as a human. I'm like almost always a Wood Elf. And I'm almost always a... Ooh. I need this guy. I almost always play as a Druid, and I almost always play as a Wood Elf. So I really wanted to try something different this time. Chris said, liked Illidan and Elrohir, the sons of Elrond. Not sure if you mean one of them. I think so. Let me see. Elrohir. No, not him. Not him. It was, because that's the old dude. Illidan. Elves from Lord of the Rings. One. I think it's this guy. Okay, so it was either... okay, yeah, it's this dude. Hold up. This dude. Or maybe it's not this dude. Is this from the new movie? Because if it is, I'm thinking about this dude. Yeah, I'm not sure, dude. I got it all confused. I wasn't really a big fan of the new Lord of the Rings, so maybe I'm just I'm having like recent memory bias. Baldig. Baldig. Oh gosh, what did you make me search for, dude? I'm just kidding. Alright, anyways. Oh my gosh, what is with all these corpses, dude? What did I just walk in on? Dude. Everyone's dead. What happened here? And this guy is invisible or something. Oh, it's like one of the ghosts. An angered spirit. Oh, I think the whole group got wiped over here. I kind of want to loot this guy and see what he has. 6 minutes. It decays in 6 minutes. That means this is a fresh corpse. All right. Yeah, now I want to check it out. I think Arg Halter, stupid German iPad. I think Thranduil is from the Hobbit trilogy, but the other was the one who showed up in Helm's Deep. Oh, I completely forgot about the Hobbit trilogy. Hold up. So, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit trilogy, elves. Let's see if it... I mean, it might be this... Yeah. Hold up. Animated Hobbit, bizarre version of first Hobbit, breakout characters. No, this is him. So, hold on. I'm gonna open a new image. It's this dude. Because he's got the 2 swords and everything. He's from the Hobbit movie. When I think of a Spellblade, I think about something like that. A high elf Spellblade. He's got 2 blades. He's got the sick armor. He's got his blades like enchanted or whatever because he's, you know, a Spellblade wizard person. So, still can't loot it. A Goblin Overseer, that he's red. That thing is ready to attack. Everything wants to kill you here. Okay, it's not letting me loot it still. It's decaying in 3 minutes. Let me ask... I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what his name is, because what I might do... What's the name of this elf, and which movie is he from? Okay, so the elf's name. Yeah, okay. Chris answered the question already. Thranduil. Okay, I'm saving that. I'm gonna make it. I can't identify the character from the image. What? Are you dumb? I'm talking to AI. Okay, well, whatever. We're gonna save that right now. I gotta put it on my notepad. So it's gonna be Thranduil the Spellblade. Boom. And by the way, you're correct, Chris. Thank you for. Well, obviously you're correct. You're the one that told me. But I'm gonna torch. I waited for all that time for that. That's terrible. So there you go. My Spellblade's name is gonna be Thranduil. And just for anyone that doesn't know what Elessar means, this is Elessar. You might know this guy. Maybe once or twice you've seen him in your life. Hold on. Open link in new tab. Open image in new tab. So this is Elessar. This guy. It's when he became like king again. Alright, Ashir Lookout. Dude, this effect is so cool. Alright, so Ashir Lookout is yellow. I just need a... I need... Ooh, yes. We're gonna get some necklaces, boys. Boom. Just like that. I knew it. Okay, we just need one more necklace. Tomato. Oh no, potato. I should have done this from the get-go, man. Just come out here and loot these corpses. I hope no one steals. I hope no one steals this name. I mean, here's the thing. When I was making a human archer, I tried for Aragorn, and then I remembered he had a different name. So I was like, "What's another name for Aragorn?" And it was when he returned. When he became the king at the end of Return of the King, his new name was Elessar, which means like something elf-born, right? So I was like, how appropriate is that, since I'm always playing an elf, if I'm playing the version of Aragorn when he's the king, and his name literally means like elf-born. So you just got to get creative with these names. Like, obviously, like, whenever the first thing people always claim is Legolas, Gimli, Frodo, Aragorn, Gandalf, like any MMORPG anywhere in the world, the very first thing, those names are gone within minutes of a game launch. But if you look at I don't know if I should be giving away this trick. In the Tolkien books, a lot of those names had like secondary names. So you can basically say, what was the other name for this person? And they would have like either a nickname or like a clan name or a racial name. And you can just use that. So that's the goal. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, give me 1 second here. Why don't we just appreciate that view for a second? All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah. Thranduil look cool. I hope no one steals. I hope no one steals this name. How long is beta supposed to run? Skillcap said, how long is beta supposed to run? Chris said, till June. I try to look in the lore of the games to find cool and fitting names. Yeah. And actually, like, you know, there used to be an EverQuest board game and some other stuff. So you could also look into that. If you Google, if you go on Google and you look up like EverQuest collection, EQ collection, something along those lines, you'll find a Google Drive that basically has music, board games, PDF documents, maps, original manuals. It's a huge collection, and if you it's like several gigabytes, and if you download it, it has all this information in there. And sometimes I'll just go through that folder and I'll read random stuff, and you'll see names of different characters and from like classic EQ lore. So it's pretty cool. Super Jawa said, such a vibe. It is, man. It's crazy how cool this place looks. I mean, and compared to how it looked a few months ago, it's just getting better and better. It's getting better. Chris said, nice tip, thank you. I'm not sure if you mean about the EQ stuff, but the EQ stuff is definitely cool. Bro, it is dark. It is dark. And I'm an OLED, so I'm not used to the blacks being this black. Holy moly. Hold up. Time out. Jeez. I literally couldn't see anything. Oh, Chris said, yes, the dark night sky with the music gets me every time. Super Java said, yeah, it does for me too. Like, I'll just stop and stare. So for some reason, this is the second time I got a lag spike right when I opened up this dude. So might need to make a note of that for the beta test stuff. Let's see what we got here. All right, so Batwing. All right, sell all this. Ooh, thank you. Heck yeah. We got Spirit of Wild. Alright, let's sell all these Fire Beetle eyes. Bat wings, bone chips, potato, skeleton. I don't think I need any more of the rat meat. We'll save the rawhide for later. We should buy some bags. Yeah, let's buy some bags. So we got, right now we got yoga, that's for the quest. Alright, yeah, let's buy some stuff. Hold up. How much do I have? We have 3 silver. Alright, so let's see. Backpack is 1 gold. Obviously, we're not getting that. A pouch is 50. A satchel is 2 silver. A small field backpack is 250. So either 4 slots or 6 slots. I'd rather have the 6 slot for real, for real. Extra large and medium. And then this is small, medium, medium. I'd rather just have more slots right now. Did I just make a dumb? Yeah, I did. I should have gotten the backpack. Because these don't fit on the. Okay, yeah, that was dumb. I should. Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. It's either one or the other. That was so stupid. So, for anyone that doesn't know what I just did, I just bought a satchel, and this is a backpack slot. I should have just taken the backpack slot and bought a backpack. Instead, I bought a satchel, and I already have these. I already have these slots taken. That's so annoying. All right. I don't even know what to do right now. But I literally do not need this satchel right now. Oh, that guy look cool. Look at this dude, man. He looks slick. You know, I got a black vest on. Okay. We really got to get to it. I need to find. I need to complete this quest. spending all day looking up at the night sky like I'm stargazing or something. Alright, cool. I'll pick up this bag later, so I'm not wasting any slots. I wish we could sheath weapons. Dude, you're a genius, because I was just thinking about the same thing. What I wanted to do is I wanted to like run around with my bow out. And yeah. So that's 100% something they should do. Make it so you can sheath your weapons, or you can unsheath them, like run around with the bow, etc., etc. Alright, we just need one more. Oh, look at that sunrise. He's yellow. There's no way I can take him. Alright, we're gonna go back to what we were doing earlier. We're gonna run over to the next zone, and we're gonna get the last necklace. Or maybe we'll just get lucky right now. Nope. A lot of dead rats. Looks so good with high resolution. You know what would make it look better? My reshade. I might do that. Oh, sorry. That was TetraStar said that. I might do that. I might mess around with that. Skill Cap Games said, I'm in the kitchen making dinner, and every time I hear a spell, it puts me right back into EverQuest Tunnel AFK nostalgia. Heck yeah, man. I actually was watching a video recently where it was Wrecked Rogue. If you haven't seen him yet, I feel like most people in the EQ community know who Wrecked Rogue is, but he makes some good content. And he was talking about how now that Lucelyn is out, the East Commons tunnel is dead. Like, nobody's there anymore. And honestly, that sucks. Because I was taking a break from EQ, not necessarily because I wanted to, but because I was having some like graphical issues. And now that I'm ready to come back, EC Tunnel is completely empty because everybody's in the bazaar now. And I heard a rumor. I was watching a Slayheim video today, actually. He just released a really good video. Not two videos. He released a 20-minute video talking about like what Eminem is. Go check out Slayheim if you don't know. And then he released his interview with Decius. Go check that out too. Really good interview. And one of the things Slayheim mentioned was that apparently Planes of Power is going to release soon on Project Quorum. And I gotta say, I'm mildly upset. Because that means for the past year that I haven't been able to get into Quorum, I've really missed out. Oh, they added all these camps over here. I don't remember any of these camps. And like I like the original trilogy, and I used to always say I want to play the trilogy, but I'd like to try Loosland. But not at the expense of East Commonland's tunnel, EC tunnel, like getting destroyed, getting nerfed. And if that's the reality, then I don't want Loosland. Like I want the P99 version of EQ. Now, I don't actually want the P99 version of EQ. I want the quality of life of Quorum. But I want the trilogy. I don't want Planes of Power. I don't want Loosland. And I've got a lot of friends that are playing Quorum right now, and they're probably, if they're listening, they're like, "Oh, Dracos, you silly noob. You have no idea the amazing content in Planes of Power and, you know, all the cool things you can do and all the raids." I'm not a raider. Like, in the 25 years I've played EverQuest, 26 now, I've never done a raid in my life. You know, I'm sure I will one day, but that's typically not how I play, you know. So, yeah, Volcanic, no EC tunnel. Is it even EverQuest anymore? I mean, to some people it is, you know. And Planes of Power is when I left EQ, because not only was EC tunnel dead, but Greater Fate Arc was dead, Butcher Block was dead. No, there was no reason to be there, because everybody was in Plane of Knowledge, you know. I mean, and that's kind of, you know, I know it was not intentional, but that's kind of what happens. It's like the more zones you create, the more you expand the world and you create more islands and more planets and spaceships and all this stuff. The more you do that, then the smaller the world gets. Because that's when fast travel, and I said that intentionally, smaller, because even though the world is getting bigger, it's getting smaller because the population is spread thin. So you barely see anyone. And it's smaller in the sense that you can teleport almost anywhere. You know, and that really upset me, you know. Not upset like angry, but more like disappointed and questioning whether I wanted to ever play EQ again. And lo and behold, fortunately by 2006, I was already emulating. I think I started emulating in like 2000, 2001. Or 2001, yeah. I was playing around with the different tools, hex editors. There's a tool called like EQ Maps or something like that. There's a lot of stuff I used to do when I was a young teenager. And look how clean this model looks. Looks crispy. But yeah. Yeah. But TetraStar, I'd like to see your reshade. That would be really cool. I've never used reshade before, but I'm down to try it. Vocal Cynic said, no EC tunnel, is it even EQ anymore? It's skill cap games. Pretty much said yes, this. And then Vocal Cynic said, I left in Loosland. So, yeah. And I was still a kid, so like I was excited for Loosland, right? Because new expansion, like new race, like all of that was really cool back then. And honestly, the way they did the teleportation, where you had to go to the wizard spires, It's like they implemented existing architecture into a way of teleporting places, but they made it so you had to wait 15 minutes and you had to have like a special gem in your pocket before you can do it. I thought that was pretty nifty, you know what I mean? And when you did teleport, it would only take you to like the Nexus and some other places, so you couldn't just teleport anywhere. You still had to rely on wizards and druids, etc., etc. Plane of Knowledge changed all that because you had the POK books, which can teleport you to different zones, and then you had Plane of Knowledge, which was like you can buy all your spells there, you can buy all your crafting materials there. Like, part of being a druid, what I enjoyed was running from druid, like as you're leveling up. Say you're like level 30, and I'm making this up, right? Let's say at level 30 you get 3 more port spells. They would make you go to the druid rings to buy that spell, or it would be a crafted something, or you would have to do this and that. So like, even acquiring your next spells, besides getting the platinum for it, was an adventure, right? But if you can just go to a single place and just get everything, then I mean, what are we talking about? At that point, it's like a lobby, right? Everybody goes to a singular place. That's where they group. That's where they meet. That's where they buy. That's where they trade. AKA a lobby, right? Oh, I have a good feeling about this. Right here. This is it. This is it, boys. We're gonna get it. Oh, not right here. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna wait right here, and I guarantee you one of these is gonna have the necklace we need. We're gonna cheese our way to the top. Super jealous that this quality looks great. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm excited to check this out. I'm not gonna do this right now, but I really want to see what it looks like on I want to see what you guys are seeing. So from my phone it says, it says 1440p is the max. Why doesn't that say 4K? That's lame. It better be 4K. Like, I swear, when this turns into a VOD, it better be 4K. Because everything I'm exporting as is 4K, so not a problem for right now, but I definitely will get that fixed. If it's not 4K by the time the VOD comes out, I'll make sure it's fixed for next time. Come on. Yeah, let's kill this rat while we wait. Look at the rain. I love Eminem. Yeah, the rain is so cool. And you know what's funny? Like the small details. Like when you watch this, let me run undercover. Look what happens when you run underneath this tree. Oh, no more rain. You get shelter from the trees even. Like little touches. And that's the cool thing about, like, okay, low poly art style, like painted art style, all that stuff. You're still using a brand new engine. Ooh, we just got it. Yeah, look at that, boys. Yeah, we got what? Look at that. We just got some fresh loot. We got some. Ooh, and we got. Look at that. Not only did we get some new bracers. Oops. But we also got the quest completed. So let's head back. Yeah. So like. What I was saying is, even though it's like low poly art style, you're running it on a modern engine, so that means you don't have all the issues of EQ, because it's such antiquated code. You can only change so much, right? As far as particle effects, ambient effects, etc., spell effects. It's just really cool that they're doing this on a shoestring budget. In the past 4 or 5 years, they've spent $140,000 of their own money. That's crazy. I'm trying not to get aggro from this other dude. One of the games I was thinking about recently was Asheron's Call, and how like they had like, I'm not sure if it was Asheron's Call or some other game, but they had like positional damage or something. So I think it was still tab target, but you could like shoot your arrow shots. I don't know what it was, but there's a good if you guys don't know the channel, like Death of a Game, he's got like amazing videos, and one of his videos is called Death of a Game for Asheron's Call, and it goes over like the history of the game, like when it released, and it came out like in a similar time as EverQuest, and I remember that was a really cool game. Ashes of Creation. Hold on. Yeah, they do such fine work, Chris. SkillCrap Games said, hope he did not mean Ashes of Creation. Who? Where? What? What about Ashes of Creation? Ashes of Creation is an amazing game. It's going to come out in a few months. It's already out on early access, guys. On Steam. Yeah, you guys didn't know? Ashes of Creation, man. I can't wait to play that game. Steven Sharif is a boss. Matter of fact, I might play some Ashes of Creation after this. Wait, what? What do you mean it's dead? No way. When did this happen? In all seriousness, no, can't speak. In all seriousness, though, that really sucks, right? Like, I don't think the game itself was a scam. I think that game was just mismanaged to hell. And sometimes part of it is like you need to kind of stay humble, you know? They were acting like a AAA company, right? So like I had this conversation on my Discord where like, oh, but it's an indie team. And I said, is it though? Because when you think about it, like these guys, all the devs are in California. There's 250 devs. So the average salary for a dev or an IT job in California, let's just say baseline minimum is 100K. Times 250 employees, that's $25 million a year just for salaries. Like, I don't think that's indie, you know? So when I heard that they were going into early access, I was like, okay, this is not good. And the reason I say that is I learned from Pantheon. I was like, it was a bad idea for Pantheon to go into early access. It's a bad idea for Ashes of Creation to go into early access. And stuff like that I hate being right about, because I want to see these games succeed. I want to see these dev teams succeed. I don't want to see all these devs go unemployed, right? Because that's the reality of it is, you know, hate it or love it. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. NVMe, I'm Rap's MVP. Sorry, that was like 50 Cent. Yeah, it's not fun seeing people lose their jobs and seeing all that hard work just go to waste. That sucks. And I honestly, I was excited to be in a world where you have these classically inspired MMORPGs. Like, you've got, in this corner, you've got Monsters and Memories. In this corner, you've got Pantheon. In this corner, you've got Agilon Online. And in this corner, you have Ashes of Creation. You know, because some people are gonna log into Monsters and Memories and they're gonna be like, this game's trash, right? Because they're an Ashes of Creation type of player. They need to be over there, right? It's like when everyone has their own little home, there's like balance, you know? So I want Pantheon to succeed. I wanted Ashes of Creation to succeed. You know, but with that being said, I do hope some of the Ashes of Creation crowd comes over and tries Monsters and Memories and sees that, hey, you know, you don't need Unreal Engine and sweaty PvP to have fun, you know, and a whole bunch of mechanics that may or may not work, and, you know, making a bunch of promises that may or may not come true. Like, the scope of that game was just too big for its own good, you know? And when you're spending that much money on development and you still barely have a good enough, like, it was barely an alpha and they wanted to early access, right? So anyways, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I wanted that game to succeed. Okay, we're going to combine bag of Ashira necklaces. All right, I'm gonna move this over here so you guys can read it. This is for the quest we're about to hand in. Jacobin Yeats examines the necklaces. Jacobin Yeats says, "These are the ones, well done. What did you end up paying for them? Ha ha ha. I jest. The Ashira are a constant threat to our northern and western trade routes, though, in a way, part of me is sympathetic to any creature that's trying to survive in such a harsh environment. But we're obligated to do our part in keeping Night Harbor safe, and unfortunately this puts us in a bit of a conflict with our furry feral friends. Let's up the stakes a little bit and move you onto bigger game. Fill this pack with Ashira warrior necklaces, and we'll officially get you onto our roster. Their warriors are no joke, so keep your guard up. You'll find them further out in the desert. Again, no cheating." Okay. I wasn't cheating to begin with, so shouldn't have a problem there. I'm gonna say thank you. Somebody just did something nice for me. Thank you. Who's buffing me? Whoa, look at this guy. Whoa. You look cool. Look at this cool dude, man. Skillcap said, Blizzard at this point is an indie company. Blizzard, man. Blizzard. I don't know what to say about Blizzard, man. I might say the wrong thing and get canceled. Blizzard is not Blizzard anymore that we woke up. I mean, that we woke. Blizzard is not the same Blizzard that we grew up with, right? I feel like they still make quality content. They still have the budget for it, and they're a major company. And they're going to continue to be successful because they figured out their target audience. And honestly, I mean, if I was into World of Warcraft, I'd probably buy the latest expansion. I'd probably be excited for the housing, decorating, that like cozy game play, you know? I mean, cozy's like the new trend, right? I see it all the time. Cozy stream, cozy this, cozy that. Like you're if I ever call my stream cozy, like in the title, I want you to report me, ban me, and then just ask YouTube to delete my channel. cozy ASMR stream with Class&Cool. Honestly, if I wanted to make money, that's probably what I would do. I would sell out and I would just make a Twitch. There's a reason I don't have a Twitch, by the way. I don't want to be on Twitch. Because I like YouTube's algorithm, so that it brings like-minded people to my channel. And the reason I didn't want to be on Twitch is I didn't want to deal with a whole bunch of random people that find me randomly and just come in and, I don't know. That probably wouldn't have happened. It probably would have been the EverQuest community, which I'm cool with the EverQuest community, right? But Twitch has some interesting people on there. I don't know if I want all that. And, all right, here we go. So I don't know how to do this, so we're gonna hill. So for anyone wondering what I'm doing, this is the Scarab armor quest. Whoa there, adventurer. You looking for work or wares? No matter, Old Hut's got something for you either way. Let's say, what work? Well, if you were from around here, oh, so he's, hold on, it's a country boy. Well, if you were from around here, you'd know Hut's got the best bowls all along the Twilight Coast. Though if you ain't from around here, the way I reckon what you need to know is I need me some beetle shells. Okay, I got some beetle shells. And what else? What else do you need? Beetle shells. Yep, beetle shells make dang fine bowls. They do. Sorry, the text moves and I lose where I'm reading. See, a beetle shell's got the most perfectly natural shape of sturdiness for making bowls, and poor boy knows Old Hut can make something out of anything. So go out there in them dunes over yonder and wrangle me some, at least 2 of them. When you get back, Old Hut, see about getting you something nice for your troubles. Okay. MBU, hey King, it's Scully from the in-game. Can't wait to get beta access. Hey Scully. I can't wait for you to get in there too. I can't wait for all of us to get in there. Let me check something. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna go on the wiki because I'm gonna break my brain trying to what's the name of this quest? It's Beetle? Something Beetle? Cinder Beetle? Let's somebody tell me what the name of this. Oh, Scarab. Scarab, so it's not Beetle. Scarab armor quests. Okay, there it is. Change it to dark mode. Alright, so let's see. If I want a Scarab breastplate, hold on, let me just look and see what I got. So I got 1, 2, I got 2 of those. A Scarab helmet is 1 Scarab leg and 2 Scarab carapaces. Carapaces. That's what I want. It's plus 5 HP. Do I want that? Scarab greaves. Breastplate. It's actually not that great. I'm not sure if I want all that. Alright, let's just do it. We're gonna give 1, 2, 3. Hand in. Boom. Look at us. Look at that handsome boy. Hey, look, now I'm really Elessar. Because, you know, Aragorn had the helmet with the green gemstone or whatever. Anyways, alright. What else? So we got belt slot, bag slot. Okay, we're done. We're done. So we need to level up a bit before we kill the warriors. Parkour. Oh, look at this dude. What? Stop moving. Look at that armor. What kind of armor is that? Is it just bronze plate? Whatever. It looked cool. Dang, there's a lot of people at the bank. It just dawned on me. It's like, wait a minute. There's a lot of people. How many people are in the zone right now? 164 people in the zone. That's a lot. Considering it's late. I wonder if I should probably find like a croc group. Crocodile group or whatever. But we need to get. Oh my gosh! What's happening? Oh my gosh! What is happening? Dude, what did we just witness? Look at all these guards. Jeez. Okay, somebody just trained an entire group of thugs. Alright, be right back. Dang, even Whiskey went after him. Alright, I'm back. Actually, one more second. I'm sorry. Alright, this time I'm back for real. Required level 2. Alright. Alright, let's get to it. Let me see if I can get to level 4 really quick. Selling at the bank and tip, great. No, it's on the house. Look at that, there's already druids asking for tips. Can't even be mad at him. Trying not to get aggro. Oh, there's a nice little campfire here. Large bat. Do these guys aggro? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do one at a time. Honestly, this might be my best bet. Just get to level 4 and then I'm gonna go after the Shira warriors. Oh look, it's Wrath again. Hiking Scully from in-game. So is that you, Scully? I mean, thank you, Wrath. Thank you. You gotta love the druids running around giving buffs, man. I swear we got the best community. Oh, he gave us a damage shield too. It sure is dark with all the rain. Ruth, welcome, brother. Thanks. Oh, actually, we're gonna level up quick if I just keep grinding these out. This guy's yellow. You know what? We're gonna milk this. Heck yeah, dude. This is good. We're about to be level 4. Alright, we just need a few more of these. More frat. Dang, that dude hooked it up. We're just flying through these mobs. I just need a couple more. Let's get 2 of these rats. Gotta make sure we get damage on them. Okay. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Alright, cool. We're level 4. We can actually get our next spell. I should really take advantage of all these buffs I got on me, though. Except for not here. Okay, I got an idea. Seven minutes. Oh, what? Did they add timers to the buffs? I don't remember ever seeing timers. Did you add the ding, or is that a level up sound in game? No, that was me. That was me. I like the classic ding noise. Sorry, J. Michael said, was that a ding or in-game? Nice, okay. Since I don't share the names, since I don't share the chat on screen, I gotta call you guys out by name. You know how it is. Oh, that's... Dang, they're both dead? The heck happened there? Yeah, so one thing I just noticed is the... there's a timer for every buff, and I don't remember that being there earlier. Maybe it was there and it was in a different format, but I had no idea that it gives you that information now. But either way, we need to take advantage of these buffs, and then we're gonna go after the Shira warriors. He's got a major lag spike. Why isn't it shooting? I have a terrible tendency of like literally looting everything. Is this guy soloing? Jethro? He's red to me. Share a lookout. I got 4 more minutes left on the damage shield. These little cat people, or not cat people, coyote. I keep getting it wrong. It's not a coyote. It's not a dog. It's a freaking. What do you call it? Oh, don't go on the wall now. If I could land my shots, that'd be nice. I wish I could root this thing, because then my damage shield could do the work. Jeez. Yeah, that's a necklace. Oh, that's... Oops. I feel like I just took his mob. Yeah, somebody's camping there. I'm not trying to mess up their rotation. That's all good. We got 3 more minutes on the damage shield, and then we're gonna go back to our guild master and get our next skill. And we gotta sell. Oh man, the nice guy looks sick. Dan, what's up, man? Oh, Chris M said Jackal. Yes, thank you. I don't know what's wrong with. Don't even know my animals. Dan, what's up, man? Cheers, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should be shooting it with arrows. I'm gonna do more damage that way. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Yeah, 2 more minutes. Any more? Can we take 1 more? Or maybe I can loot this guy. Let me see if I can loot. Oh, I can't loot any of these guys. Dang it. Ooh. A share warrior pelt. Boom. That's what I needed. Carrots. I don't need carrots. This is a lookout. Warrior. Shaman. And warrior. So if I need to loot these 2 right here. Shear a tail. Oh. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to aggro the shaman. 3 minutes. The last thing I want to fight is a shaman right now. Oh, actually, he's white to me. I should have just pulled him. Come on. So 3 minutes. Oh, anyone can loot this corpse in 36 seconds. So there's a countdown. That's sick. I didn't know that. 23 seconds. So if you consider... Oh, gosh. Come on. Loot it. He better not aggro everyone. 7, 5. Hold on. I just want to loot this. Let me loot it. Okay. So. Okay, I got 3. Is he buffing me again? Wrath, you are a boss. No way. Dude, it's my lucky day. Uh-oh. Okay, now I shouldn't be taking advantage of the situation. Come on, come on. Gotta kill him, gotta kill him. I mean, at this point, that's just power leveling. Yeah. Long range damage is so much better. Look at that. That was 11 health or damage. Dude, I'm so thankful for Wrath right now. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do that on right in the freaking mic. There's nothing worse than that. Hey, maybe I can just group with this guy. Nice. Let me see if I can get one more. I need one more. Rusty mace. Rusty share meat. Nope. So anyways, what I was saying is if you consider the corpse, it tells you that you can loot it in 4 minutes. Let me see what else I need. I don't even know what these tails are for. How many necklaces do I need to bring him? You're awesome. Thanks again. I was just saying thank you to that dude, because that guy was awesome. All right. So part 2. Shears, scout necklaces, warrior necklaces. Okay. Hand me a pack. 6. Oh, I need 6. I need 6 of them. Dang. Well, that's gonna be fun. I'm curious to see what my next skill is. I think they could make the archer be really nice, especially if they like implement like poison arrows and snare, like, you know, like the druid. The druid can probably do, oh gosh. This guy is very fun. He's doing what I'm doing, pretty much. He's checking out the loot, pulling mobs. Very creative way of doing what I'm doing. Alright, anyways, we'll loot that. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. I just don't have enough room. I wish I knew what these tails were for. Only thing I'm curious about is, you know, is he waiting for the same mobs that I'm about to pull? Because, you know, that's kind of like... Nah, I don't think he's doing that. That's too much. We don't make assumptions like that. You start to feel tired. Oh. Why do I feel tired? Oh, my rested buff is almost expired. Chris said Nick had a stream about elemental arrows for Archer. Yeah, that's tight. Something like that would be really cool. My brain can't like function right now, but basically stuff like that would be really nice. I don't need this. I don't need this. Oh, the heck. Okay, whatever. I don't need this. Okay, we got a warrior. Perfect. Pull it away from the shaman. Yeah, so basically it would be nice to see a lot of cool mechanics like that for the archer. Basically to differentiate himself from like the ranger class. Nice. How many necklaces we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need 2 more necklaces. I don't know why I'm doing this. Shooting the arrows is faster. Come on. Nice. Yikes. That was big damage right there. Jeez. He's hitting me with lightning bolts. Oof. Hold on. Let's see if we can hit him with some arrows. There we go. Nice. Tattered rawhide boots. $52 seconds left on my damage shield. We just need 1 more necklace. And I'm super low on health. But it's alright, we're gonna make it. Nice. Alright. Boom, we got it. Tattered rawhide, tunic. Let's heal up. Your exhaustion subsides. All right, I don't think I can take that shaman. But I can probably take him. Oh, he's hitting me for some big damage too, actually. Hold on. We might have to run this. We're right at the zone line, so we'll be fine. This is really good XP. Yeah, we basically just got power level, dude. And we got all our warrior necklaces. That was sick. Chris said, I think they are in game. Maybe check the skill trainer. True. See, the problem is this weapon does very little damage. Yeah, we're not gonna waste time. The only reason I was crushing all those mobs is because of my damage shield, let's be real. But we can take him. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna level up. I prefer to find some even cons though. Here, let's go sell really quick. Alright, let's see here. So, tattered rawhide boots. So we got some boots. We got some gloves. We got a cloth veil. And what else did we get? Just a whole bunch of random stuff. Skill cap said with high level thorns, just mass pull it until it fades for sure. Yeah. I used to love doing that in Kelethan. I'd show up like when I'm a high level druid and I would just like cast thorns on all the noobs, on the new players. I used to love it. Alright, let's turn in the next part of this quest. Then we gotta go back and get our rusted buff. Alright, we got it. Jacobin shakes the pack. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. When the text moves like that, I can't read it. I'm gonna wait until he's done talking. Okay. What did he give me? Jacobin's note. Alright. Yeah, that sounds about right. Great work. Your efforts probably saved a couple of the plump and juicy merchants who'll be fleecing you in the market later. Be sure to let them know. That way they'll have mercy on your coin pouch. Now that you've risked your life repeatedly for us, maybe it's about time I give you a little information on the Steel Talons archers. That, or you can just take this note and your tunic to the quartermaster and keep plinking away. No questions asked. That, or you can just take... information. Oh, hold on. What information? Okay, so anyways, give you a little bit of that, or you can just take this note and your tunic to the courtmaster and keep blinking away. Courtmaster. Isn't that this guy? Or is it the other guy? Courtmasters. Yeah, there you go. Garrison Courtmaster. So he said, take this note and your tunic. Steel tunic and nope. Oh, cool. We got a new tunic. All right, we're gonna wait until he finishes talking, and then we're gonna read this. Chris said, "Try steel talons." Okay. Now that you've risked your life repeatedly for us, no. Garrison Quartermaster furrows his brow as he looks at the note. Then his expression shifts into a broad smile. He claps his hand against your back and lets out a hearty chuckle. "Welcome aboard. Go ahead, try it on. I've got your size." Oh, is that it? Alright, I guess that completes that quest. Hide that away. Alright, perfect. So we got updated armor, and how much money we got? We gotta sell all this stuff, and then we gotta go back to the bank and get our bag, because remember we bought that bag, and then we're gonna go get a backpack. Oh, I got locked in. And then we'll get our rested buff. I mean, dang, we've pretty much accomplished everything we set out to do so far. Probably gonna make it to level 5. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, let's sell. I don't know if I should save those. Jeez, there's so many people. Okay, we got the satchel. Ooh. Not really sure what to do with those. Alright, let's go sell. We're gonna sell the fur for maybe the warrior pelt as well. Skill caps at Fox. Fox what? What about the Fox? Okay, yep. Sell the warrior pelt. Sell that. And now let's go get the bags. We're gonna get the bag. What I need to do is I need to buy an axe so I can start chopping trees and making some of the torches for myself. I still haven't done that. Matter of fact, no. Let's get the bag first because I don't want to run out of money. So one of my skills is, one of my traits is fast metabolism. So my stamina should last longer than normal people. Alright, so let's get a raw live satchel small field pack. Is this it? Yeah. Alright, we have enough for that. Perfect. So look at us, boys. We're getting organized. Perfect. All right, now that we've got that done, let's go get we're gonna get an axe. Somebody, I think it's so funny when people leave their little cauldrons out here. Kind of looks like street lights. J. Michael said, how do conversations with NPCs work? Is it the hail system like EQ? Yes. So for example, here's this hail. Mining Supply says, hey ho, care to learn about mining? Lumberjack Trainer. Lumberjack Supplies. Lumberjack Axe. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we got an axe, and you know what? We're gonna craft some bandages. Oops. Heavy cloth bandage or just regular? Let's do these. We're gonna craft some. Hold on, before we start crafting, let's go into town and we're gonna go ahead and get our rested buff. And then we're gonna go get level 5. Alright, so let's... Alright, craft all. Hopefully that answered your question, but yeah, just hit H. Do you use keywords to continue the conversation? Yes. And I'm not great at it, but that's how it works. So for example, like Shifty Gnome, which is one of the first quests people find out about, he'll say like, hey, I have a task for you. And then if you say what task, it triggers the next part of the conversation. I'm curious to know if they add a little bit more hints, because I can imagine as you get further and further along, it's going to get more complicated. But I think by that time, you're going to get experience. You're going to have enough experience to kind of know your way around those commands. So, me personally, I think like when you have those conversations, and this is just a personal opinion, you see how these words right here are underlined and they have brackets, and if you click it, there's a pop-up. Okay, I'm not asking for that. I'm actually asking for, let's say you have this conversation right here, and let's say now that you've risked your life repeatedly, I can give you a little bit of information on the Steel Talents Archers, right? My ask would be, if there's a keyword here, maybe make it an italic. So not a clickable number, like not a clickable word like this, but instead just like a subtle italices. So, but I think there's a reason they don't want to give it away. They want it to be like, hey, there's a lot of mystery in the world, and we reward those that try to figure it out, you know. But I can see how it could be very difficult for people that are not used to something like this. I mean, even I'm not used to something like this, right? Anyways. So we got the Lumberjack Axe. We're getting our rested buff. You feel well rested. Let's go get our level 4 skill. And then we're going to head out, because we're about to get to level 5. What we got going on over there? And good news, the sun is rising. J. Michael said, yeah, I agree, like an EQ1, but yeah, it might be fun to figure it out too. Yeah, as long as they make it rewarding, like very rewarding, in certain cases, that I could see where you'd have to like figure it out, and it might not be the easiest thing, but alright, so level 3. Hold on. Did I miss out? Oh, I got a lag spike. Hold on. Okay, so disengagement. Launch yourself away from the target, decreasing threat by 100. Ooh, nice. Okay. And then what is this? level 4 dispelling shot. Okay, we're gonna buy that. Illuminating shot. I think, what is this? An ability scroll. Fire an illuminating shot at your target, causing them to light up for 2 minutes. That could be interesting for like when you're pulling a group of mobs. So you can kind of like tell the group who you want them to attack first, or something like that. Alright, launch yourself away from the target. Did I already buy that? Dispelling shot, disengage, no. Okay, cool. We got our level 5 skills. Look at that, guys. We're stepping up in the world. Disengage. So what does dispelling shot do again? So one more time. Physical damage plus 115% to 130% level 60 damage variance, and removing one beneficial. Oh, so it's like a dispel. That's actually perfect. So let's do dispelling shot here, and then we'll do disengagement right next to it. Boom. There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start crafting soon, because once I start running out of arrows, I'm gonna need to craft some more. But I still got plenty. I got 1,300 arrows. Let's try out our new skill. Ready? Dispelling shot. Okay, so there's a cooldown for both. So either you do quick shot or you do dispelling shot. You can't do both, because they're both on the same recharge timer. I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta turn this down. Perfect. Because like I said earlier, I'm trying to make it easier to see on stream, so when it's night, I gotta turn up the gamma. I don't know how I feel about the Scarab armor. I'm probably gonna have to change that to something else soon. Save up for some more armor. Michael said, man, if they integrated some limited AI, I bet they could link almost anything you say to the next stage of the conversation. If they integrated some limited AI, I bet they could link almost anything you say to the next stage of the conversation. Limited AI. What do you mean? Like AI as in like modern AI, or AI as like the AI that's been around for like decades? Like AI like for NPC basically. Which AI do you mean? I'm genuinely curious, because you might be onto something, but I'm trying to figure out, what do you mean? Like you could write something roughly correct and it would find the right keywords. Yes. And yeah, and using a type of AI to basically understand what you're saying. That's interesting. That's not a bad idea, because Okay, so in practice, right? Let's say you're reading the text and you misunderstand something. If there is some kind of limited AI, uh, you would say something, and if it's not correct, then he would be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I am talking about this. And that would like be a clue, right? And because it's AI, it could, you know, be very subtly different, not give away the answer, but kind of give you a hint. That's actually really smart. Like, it wouldn't be like ChatGPT, where it will have a full conversation with you, but in some kind of limited format. Like if you program it to say, don't immediately give away the answer if they just say a random word. Make sure that it's a contextual, you know, question. If this, then that, basically. Shoot your shot, man. Wait, do I have to stop before I shoot? Oh yeah, I gotta stop before I shoot. Interesting. Alright, let's just keep fighting. Michael said, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool things you could probably do to implement modern AI into games without like making it weird. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, man, imagine if the NPCs could talk back. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I wish you could keep your bow out so I can run around with it, either holding it or on my back. That would be cool. There you go. We are level 5. Nice. Now we can save up a little bit of money and then we can get our level 5 skill. I don't know if I should take this guy. Let's heal up first. Well, we made a lot more progress than I thought I would today. We probably would have made a lot more progress if I didn't mess up my whole stream earlier. That was crazy. For anyone that missed it, I streamed for 40 minutes to absolutely no one because OBS said I was live. And I could see the chat and everyone was like, maybe he's just late today. Maybe it was the time change. 40 minutes of talking to myself. Which, that part is okay. You know, I'm always talking to myself. But literally having people wondering why the heck I'm not starting my stream was terrible. But it's because I recently upgraded my PC, so everything is a little bit out of whack. Before I logged on, I was 30 minutes late because my audio stopped working. Because I have, what do you call it? I have like an audio interface, so the audio is routed to different places, and yeah, it was all jacked up. I had to fix that before I went live. Good times. What's the time change? Arizona. Oh. You guys don't have a time change over there? Wait. Okay. I was like, why is that zombie attacking me? Oh, there's no, see, well, hopefully it's for the better, because honestly, I can't stand daylight savings time. Like right now, when they push the time an hour forward, that's perfect, because I like it when it gets dark late at night. I hate the whole thing where it's like 5 o'clock and it's already pitch dark outside. That's, I know that they do it because they do it for the farmers, or they used to, like in the 50s or 60s or whatever. But they need to cut that crap out. I think with the technology we have right now, there's no excuse to change the time for the entire United States just so farmers can have a little bit more light in the morning. I think I heard other excuses too, like, no, they do it because of the what do you call it? Morning traffic, or I don't know, some excuse. The point is, I want the sun to set at 7:30, not at 5 o'clock. What's the time change? Skill Cap said, nope, it's because of desert heat. You don't want any more light in the day than you need in the summer, or at least here in Arizona. Oh, I see. So it's y'all's guys' fault. You guys are the reason we have this. I knew it. Am I out of space or something? Why is it not taking the wood? Oh, probably because my wood cutting skill is low. Okay. Yeah, I gotta keep in mind that I gotta work my trade skills up. Alright, so here we go. We got the wood, we got this, we're gonna sell that. Ashiro Scout necklaces. I don't need these. These are just taking up room for no reason. Okay. Gotta put the resin here. Gotta put the... Ooh, can you put wood in here? No, of course not. Wouldn't make sense. No, just out time is the way for us. And that reason the farming thing was for others, like you said, yeah, and other things. Yeah. Either, whatever it might be, they need to change it. How many people are online? Oops. 134. That's still 134 is kind of crazy. Raw, and the fact that there's no lag is pretty crazy. Alright, here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna get the money I need for my level 5 skill. Whoa, look at his helmet. That looks so cool. That looks cool. He looks cool. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sell the remainder of the stuff we have right now. And then we're gonna find a nice place to rest and call it, because it is late and I need to get some rest. Wait, did I only get 8? Jeez, I thought I was gonna get more for that. I guess they nerfed the rattlesnake. That's crazy. Yo, this helmet is super cool. that dude. Well, that sucks. Alright, so we need about 50 copper. I'm pushing it, man. I'm pushing it. It's almost 3. See, the goal was to start at 11 so I can be done by 2. But because of that whole debacle I had, it threw my entire schedule off. Let's see how the RNG is. If I get a couple of fire beetle eyes I can sell. We'll be in good shape. Oof, nothing. Alright. Let's go over to the next zone. And then hopefully we can get a couple of stuff. I just want to buy my skill. I really don't like ending the night without... Like, if you're level 5, you need your level 5 spells, right? If you're level 6, etc. So, that's my goal at least. Let me take this guy out. For all the drama he put me through. Okay. That was worth it. I just realized we can do some retail arbitrage. Let's try that before we go. Alright, what do we got? Bronze longsword. I don't think he has anything. Spider silk cape. What is this? Interesting. Should I try it? Let's try it. Okay, hopefully we don't regret that. Let's go sell that and see what happens. So how much did I pay for this? Spider silk cape. So I paid 13 copper for each one. Oh yes, it was definitely worth it. Perfect, 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 perfect. That's it, boys. We got it. We got it. So level 5 illuminating shot. Boom. We got it. What the heck? Getting these lag spikes, man. I mean, they're not the worst thing in the world, but it's probably... I mean, it's better than having lag. I'll put it that way. Just a little lag spike is better than having a bunch of lag. Alright, guys. We're gonna go back to where it all started. I'm gonna bid my farewells. And then we're gonna see you on the next one. Hopefully everyone had fun. I had fun. Made a lot more progress. I think for tomorrow, sorry, I shouldn't say tomorrow. For the next time, get leather armor. Get leather armor. I should probably learn a trade skill. Learn trade skill. Okay. And we definitely still want to get a faster bow. Alright. This we already completed. This is still a good tip, so we're just going to leave it there. Alright. Oh, I just realized all my food and drink is in the bank, and this is going to disappear when I log, but... Oh, wow. Hey, Patches. Got a new spear, got a new helmet, got some random boots and bracers. Gained 2 levels. I think it's pretty nice for about 2.5 hours of work. Water looks sick. Yeah, definitely a vibe. I still look like a homeless person. Jeez, look at me. Actually, a homeless person probably looks cleaner than me. Look at my pants are all messed up, mismatched. Definitely not looking like Aragorn yet. But anyways. Time for some quick goodbyes. Thank you, Chris M. Thank you, SkillCap Games. Thank you, J. Michael. Thank you, Super Jawa. Thank you, Vocal Cynic. Thank you, Tetris Star. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Mbui. Good to see you, Sergeant Dodger and Jada Fix. I think that's everyone that I saw in the chat. For everyone else, thanks for stopping by. Hope you had fun. See you on the next one. I'm gonna go catch some Z's, but I'll leave you with this. See ya.